Rage. Signal.
Yo. Let me just throw up a hypothetical real quick. So if I go to the emergency room with COVID, what happens then?
I don't know, but
Can I
they
leave?
they don't just put anyone on a ventilator. You have to have breathing problems, but
I know, but
same
hang on.
time.
Can I leave?
Yeah. Yeah, you can leave. They can't hold you.
What if they don't let you leave?
They do though, because my buddy's a nurse, and he was saying that they only keep the worst people that are having was it breathing problems or there's something one other problem.
Hang on, what?
There's a word for it though. They only keep the bad ones, John. They only keep the ones that are having breathing problems and shit. Typical person isn't affecting their, you know, they're not gonna die from it. They're not having, not even the people on ventilators are, but like they're only keeping people that are, there's a word for it. It's when you're like shortness of breath. You can hardly breathe. But the nurse friend that I have said all the people that are like that are typically either old or out of shape.
They're getting delusions, or they're getting hallucinations. Oh, great. Okay. So Carrie said the new variant of COVID's giving people hallucinations.
Oh, what? Really? What? The Omicron? I heard it wasn't doing
Yeah.
shit. It sure is so weak.
What? Something psychosis.
I'm not scared of it. I'm immune. I had the real one. I didn't have no Delta. I had the real fucking hardcore one. The worst one.
It's gonna just keep getting worse and worse.
No, this one's least. John, have you paid any attention about the Omicron? Whatever. Everything I've heard about that, it's weaker. It spreads easier, but it's weaker, and most people have immunity to it already if they've already had COVID. They said it's way less life-threatening, way less complications from it. Don't be. You already. Aren't you guys vaccinated?
Everybody who got the shot is getting the on one, like, sort of.
It's supposed to be super easy to give. So that's why it's going around so easy, but it's not supposed to be nearly as bad as... I ain't scared.
Hang on, Carrie has like a... Here, explain it to him.
Where's she getting her information too as well?
Hello?
Let's hear it.
There's like 24 people in my class team, and there's like 10 of them who got the shot. There's like half of us got the shot and half of us didn't. Well, like the half that got the shot pretty much are all sick.
Yeah, but they'll be fine. Unless they're old or fat.
They're fine. Yeah, they're fine. They're still working and stuff.
Okay.
But
it's just funny that they're sick and they got the vaccine.
Yeah, and then my trainer, her mom got the vaccine and she's like super sick. She's like having hallucinations about her mom.
From the vaccine, or like
she's-
she already had it and then got sick at a different time?
No, she got the vaccine like months ago.
Okay.
And then, but Sabrina said she had just got her booster.
But she has Omicron and is super sick.
Yeah, and it's like a new thing that's coming out with it. It's called something, what did I just say?
Some psychosis.
Oh yeah, psychosis.
Okay.
And she's
Well,
like,
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That makes the vaccine. That sounds very safe.
well, I don't know. Isn't that weird though?
It is weird. But I haven't heard. I've heard the new variant's weak as fuck, I guess, and not to worry about it. And they're telling people, the CDC is even saying that they're gonna lessen the
Oh yeah, I seen that for
the
5 days.
quarantine time for asymptomatic people.
It's for 5 days, right?
For people, yeah, that aren't showing symptoms.
Well,
But
my dad and Veda, my dad he never got the shot, and then Veda did, but she
Okay.
was way sicker than what he was, too. And he has like horrible health.
Wait. So she got it. He didn't. They both caught it, so they could compare They could compare it basically.
Yeah, they both.
And she got it worse than him.
She got it worse.
What's their health like compared to each other?
My dad's health is way worse than her.
And she got it way worse.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird. See, right there is a weird situation because you got one person that's vaccinated and she gets way more sick and is more healthy. That's just weird.
Right, and
It
she's
just
like,
makes you think the vaccine is, I don't know, it's either not working or it's not only that, it might make it worse. Sounds like.
Right. But apparently, though, also that people can get like, I forgot what I was gonna say actually. Fuck. I forgot.
Well, I've heard
It's
of
something really
the
bad.
original one making people like, I don't know about hallucinate, but like, heard it was like making people, I don't know, like honestly, like they said it was making their brain like, you know what I mean, fucking with it. But I don't know.
But I heard it wasn't as bad as all the other ones, though.
You could also blame that on just society making it scary, you know?
Oh, that's what
like,
I was gonna say.
Because you're like, if you haven't had it yet, and you're like, you get it, and then you got quarantine, like, I could see how it could fuck with someone, and they could think they might be feeling a little crazy. Because you're quarantined, you're scared, you're like, I got it, you know? And it's really not that big of a deal.
Right, that's Kyle's mom's best friend. She just passed away from it. But I guess that, like, she was doing fine until she went into the hospital and they gave her some kind of shot.
See, what the fuck? That's fucked up.
Then it just kept getting worse and worse, and then she ended up passing away.
See, and that's weird. Like, my cousin, too, that's in the hospital, he's not old. He's only, like, you know, like 45, 50. You know? Like, let me think here. My cousin Connie, she can't be... My mom's like 50. She can't be any older than her. She's younger than her. So she's got to be like... This dude's only like 45. You know? And he's Mexican, though. Like, full Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Some people... I feel like some people... Sometimes... I don't know. I feel like brown people, too, it affects. Like, they're saying that black people and...
That's affects what I heard too.
Worse. Maybe it affects like darker Mexicans too. I don't even know because it's weird. But my cousin, he's 45, and I guess he's been on a ventilator for 40 days, and he was doing better, I guess, and then just recently started getting worse. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's so crazy how some people get it so bad. It just. Or it's weird how he's in such bad shape. And yeah, exactly. Like, would he have been that bad of shape if he just stayed home?
Right.
Because maybe they're doing, I don't know.
Scared and want to go to the hospital, and then they go to the hospital, and then...
They give them something to try to get the fluid out of their lungs, and I don't think it's good for them. That's what I was hearing. they give them a certain drug to.
I think that's what Whitney was saying happened to. That's what they were trying to do with Kyle's mom's friend.
Yeah.
Give her something, help her lungs get better.
But I feel like that's what I heard people saying. It's not good.
But I also heard that it attacks like the worst part of your body too,
That could be possible.
like the most unhealthiest part.
I just think the virus in general is weird because it just, even when I had it felt like if you were making like a potion and you just like, I'm gonna put a little bit of everything in this, right? Like that's what it felt like. It felt like someone made like a cocktail, you know?
Yeah.
And it felt weird too. It was just a weird sickness. So I feel like the whole thing in general is
But
just,
they did make it.
it's man-made. It is. It doesn't feel like a real
Bill,
flu feels so
what's his
much
name?
different.
Not Bill Nye. Oh yeah, Bill Gates. Bill Nye.
Yeah, Bill
Probably wasn't
Gates.
Bill Nye. Bill Nye was up in that bitch
But
still.
Bill Gates is part of the he's one of the biggest funders in vaccines. So he gets all that
I
money.
remember when this first came out, reading a whole bunch of shit about Bill Gates. He like fucking flew out of the country before everything even happened in Italy.
Well, and then he said in like it's like a video, it's on YouTube. He's talking about vaccines like 10, 12 years ago, and he's talking about how we're overpopulated. And then he was saying with vaccines alone, we can lower the population down to so many people.
Right, I think because Beth's really into, like, her dad was so into conspiracy theories and stuff, and when before like all this happened, she was sending me all this crazy shit, and then I remember finally reading it after everything hit, and I was like, that's creepy.
Well, and then there's like they're called the Georgia Guidestones, and they're in Georgia. No one knows how they got there, but there's like rules written on them, and they're like three giant stones. They said no one knows how they got there, and they have like these like laws on them for humanity, and one of them's like keep the population under 7 billion or something like that. So it's
That's
just weird.
crazy. What
It
is that?
is. That's in Georgia. It's called the Georgia Guidestones. No one knows how they got there. Yeah, they don't get talked about that much. I don't know what else is on them. There's certain guidelines for humans to live on Earth. Like,
That's
don't do
crazy.
this, don't do this. It is crazy. I think things are crazier than we give it.
And what's the guidestone say?
Some about keeping the population underneath 7 or 8 billion or something like that, or it might even be less than that.
It's like, yeah, it's a couple 100,000, bro. I feel like.
I think it's a couple million. There's honestly room for more people if we just did it right. There's room for double. We could double our population and still have enough room. We're just not doing it right.
We could quadruple it.
Yeah, there's so much land. Texas is. Come on now.
No, just water alone.
Oh, over the water?
Yeah, it's supposed to say we're supposed to keep it under 500,000.
You're right, John. We can just live over the water, or in the water, or underneath it.
Right along the top of it.
There's so much room. I've seen a picture of the Earth from the Pacific side, and there's so much water on the Pacific side of the Earth that you don't even see any land from one side of Earth. That's how much water's there.
Yeah.
Damn, that means if a comet hit on that side,
Hey, and Carrie's gonna read what's on the guidestone real quick.
it would be insane.
Okay. A living new language. Okay, to read from the beginning.
That's why tidal waves are so big.
Oh.
Read out what she's saying, the good things.
Guide reproduction wisely.
Protect what?
Fair nations and
Okay.
Protect
Fair
people
laws.
with
Okay.
fair laws and just courts.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. There isn't a whole lot on it.
Be good. Watch the population count.
Yeah, lower. It needs to be lower. It's insane.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you had a bunch of humans that didn't know better, they would probably just be banging like rabbits. We already are almost. We're not that bad. It could be worse. Like we could just be fucking. Everyone's just. Imagine if there was like less social laws about sex. Like, all right, well, if you feel like it, you do it. You know what I mean? Or if like there's less like what's it called, like man and wife, and it was just like free for all type deal. Or it could be like where the dominant male just fucks every girl he feels like.
It would just
You know what I mean? But that's not our society. But if it was like that, we could have even more people.
If the birth rate wasn't like 50% 200 years ago, 300 years ago, it would be like that. It used to be like a coin flip if the girl was going to survive and have the baby.
Shit. I don't know. Those are like, I don't know what weak genes those are.
Every gene ever?
Yeah, well, look at someone like Carrie here. She fucking popped him out like nothing.
That's because of good, like...
I know, but you got people like that, like, huh? My Aunt Velma?
I know, but...
Boom, she'll pop. Boop, boop, boop.
They're doing that with doctors' help.
My grandma?
I understand, you're still, even... Every time they have a chance of bleeding out, if the doctor doesn't sew them up right.
There's a girl I know that births children not at a hospital. She does it the Viking ways.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, she still stitch them up.
All natural.
Right, but like back in the day, in the caveman, like not caveman, in like the fucking 1600s, 1500s, it's a sister pulling it out of a sister. You know what I mean? Or a mom pulling it out of her daughter. You know what I mean? And if the mom doesn't know what she's doing, stitching it up right, everybody's gonna die. So I'm just saying, back in the day, that the process was a 50-50 chance.
Was it that bad, John? Really? Come on.
Yes.
I don't know if you can throw out statistics here and actually say this was 50-50.
Google it.
I think everyone has a 50-50 chance of living now.
Yeah, when you're being born, though. Nowadays, you have a way better chance of everybody.
In the 1500s, you're saying?
Yeah, or earlier, like 1600.
Hey Siri. What was the birth rate in 1500?
1 moment. Okay, I found this on the web for what was the birth rate in 1500. Check it out.
The major population changes and demographic trends from 1250 to 1520, John. Just what you want. I think the birth rate was better than you think. It was famines. We got, look at this. The Great Famine of 1315 to 22. We were famining all over the place. Black Death, bubonic plague, and late medieval demographic crises. Demographic economic recovery to 1520. European population from 1,000 to 1,300. It was somewhere from about 40 million to at least 80 million. That was just European population at 1,300. This is great. This has so much information. They've been doing their history over in Europe. I can give you estimated populations for certain years for Europe. Actually, even every country. Trying to find birth rate. You can like see the history of all the different famines and what they did to the populations. How the charts go up and down. It's pretty sick. The mortality rates, how they went up and down. You can look up the wages. That's cool. Just the evolution of humanity is fucking wild. And then there's the question, have we done this before? Have we been this far already? It's possible. We could have been here, who knows, multiple times. Maybe we left the planet already. Alright. What do I need to do for my old battle pass? Just play the game, I guess. See if I get some stars. That's why I think it's just easier to not think about it. Just have faith. Enjoy your life. Try to be good to each other. Try to do the most what you can.